Hello, my dear student. Welcome to biology. Today, lecture 5, part 4. So, my dear student, we are learning sexual reproduction in flowering plant. Okay, so can you remember the objective or the aim of learning this chapter, sexual reproduction in flowering plant? Okay, so my dear student, we are learning this chapter to know how through sexual reproduction flowering plants increases their number. So to show sexual reproduction, flowering plant must possess some special characters, some special structure. Okay, so in lecture 5, okay, in part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, we have learned about different structure, okay, about different structures that are involved in sexual reproduction, okay, about different process of the development of the structure we came to know in this lecture. Okay, so in lecture 5, part 4, we came to know about the structure of ovule. Okay, so today in lecture 5, part 5, we are going to learn about megasporogenesis. Okay, so today we will learn one of the important process that is involved in the development of one of the important structure in female flowering plant, and one of that process is megasporogenesis. The process of formation of megaspores from megaspore mother cell is called megasporogenesis. So what do you mean by megasporogenesis? The formation of megaspores from megaspore mother cell. Now you should understand that megaspore mother cell, where it is found. Okay, megaspore mother cell, it is present inside the nucellus. So can you remember the nucellus, a mass of cell that surrounds the embryo sac. Okay, so that part, what we will find, megaspore mother cell. So megaspore mother cell is present inside the nucellus of developing ovule. Okay, so in the structure of ovule you have seen the nucellus. So megaspore mother cell is present inside the nucellus. So this megaspore mother cell will undergo meiosis cell division, okay, reduction cell division, clear, and as a result they will develop 4 megaspore. Clear? So this megaspore mother cell, through the process of meiosis or reduction cell division, they will give rise to 4 megaspore. So this process is known as megasporogenesis. Clear? And as it is written here, the process begins very early when nucellus is not completely surrounded by the integuments. So the process starts very early when the nucellus is not surrounded by integument. Clear? Now you understood what is megasporogenesis. So megasporogenesis is the process of formation of megaspore from megaspore mother cell. So megaspore mother cell undergoes reduction cell division. As a result, we know that through the process of reduction cell division, from one cell we will get 4 cell. So as a result, megaspore mother cell will give rise to 4 megaspore, and this process is known as megasporogenesis. Okay, now let us learn about development of embryo sac. different stages of embryo sac or female gametophyte. Okay, so embryo sac is also known as female gametophyte, and this process is known as megagametogenesis. Okay, so the formation of embryo sac or female gametophyte is known as megagametogenesis. So let us see what are the different stages of development. So here diagram is shown, and now let us see one by one stages. So in most of the flowering plants, okay, so through the process of megasporogenesis, okay, from one megaspore mother cell, 4 megaspores are developed. Okay, now out of these 4 megaspore, only one megaspore is functional. Clear? So it is said that out of these 4, only one megaspore that is cell megaspore, only one megaspore cell is functional, while the other 3 are degenerated, or they become functionless. They cannot perform their function. Clear? So out of these 4, only one become functional. So one can do their function. The single functional megaspore develops into the female gametophyte or embryo sac. Okay, so from this single functional megaspore, it will develop into embryo sac, and this process is known as monosporic development. 3 point. Look at number 3 point. Nucleus of functional megaspore divides mitotically to form 2 nuclei. So can you see in the second diagram 2 nuclei which move towards the opposite ends. So they are moving towards the opposite end, forming a 2 nucleated embryo sac. So as a result, 2 nucleated embryo sacs are develops. Okay. Then nuclear divisions result into the formation of 4 nucleated and later 8 nucleated stage of embryo sac. Now number 4 point, can you see nuclear divisions result into the formation of 4 nucleated. So number 3rd diagram, can you see 4 nucleated embryo sac is developed. So can you see 4 nucleus in the center? As a result, 4 nucleated megaspore tetrad is formed. Okay, so megaspore tetrad, that means 4 nucleated embryo sac is developed. Okay, so similarly again nuclear division will occur. Now in this diagram, can you see 2 nucleated stage, 4 nucleated stage, and then 8 nucleated stage. Okay, now number 5 point, you see 6 of the 8 nucleated. So here can you see 8 nucleated this stage of embryo sac. Here out of 8, 6 get surrounded by cell wall. So 6 of the nucleus get surrounded by the cell wall, and remaining 2 called polar nuclei, they are situated below the egg apparatus. So they are situated below the egg cell in the large, okay, in the large encloses a mass of cells called nucellus which have food reserve. Okay, so 6 of the 8 nuclei get surrounded by the cell wall. So out of 8 nuclei, 6 of them get surrounded by cell wall. Once a nucleus gets surrounded by the cell wall, then they become one cell. Okay, so likewise what happens, 6 cells are developed here, and 2 nucleus, what happens, they remain at the center. Okay, in the central cell. So that big cell, can you see that big cell, one big cell is there. So at the center you may see 2 polar nuclei. So 2 polar nuclei, they remain at the central cell, and they are placed just below the egg cell. Okay. Then number 6 point C, 3 of the 6 cells group together at the microphylar end. Now can you see the microphylar end? 3 of the cell. 6 cell, okay, 3 of the 6 cells. So out of 6 cells, 3 are towards the microphylar end, okay, and this group consists of one egg cell. So can you see one egg cell and 2 synergids? Clear? So here it is marked 2 synergid and 1 egg cell. So number 6 point, we came to know that out of 6 cells, 3 cells remain together at the microphylar end, and these consist of 1 egg cell and 2 synergid. Can you see? Okay, clear? So here we came to know that through nuclear division, 2 nucleated embryo sac will be forming into 4 nucleated embryo stage. Then 4 nucleated embryo sac stage is transformed into 8 nucleated embryo sac stage. Okay, so after they get 8 nucleated stage, here what happened, out of 8 nuclei, 6 are surrounded with the cell wall. As a result, they become 6 cell. Clear? And 2 remain, the 2 nucleus, they are not surrounded with the cell wall. As a result, they are nucleus. So they remain at the central cell, that is the big cell, and as they are known as polar nuclei. Okay, so you may see in the diagram polar nuclei. Clear? Okay, I hope that you have understood. Okay, now let us move to the next point. Number 7 point, look at it. The synergid have special thickening at the microphylar end called filiform. So can you see the filiform is marked here, filiform apparatus. So this filiform apparatus, these are special some you can say structure that are found in synergid. So these are some swelling structure of synergid, and this structure are helping the pollen tubes to reach the synergid. So these are helping the pollen tube, and later in pollen and pistil interaction, this filiform apparatus, about this active role we will come to know. Okay, so next number 8, the 3 Kala-Azar cells of the embryo sac are called antipodal cell. So can you see, opposite to microphylar end is Kala-Azar end. So in Kala-Azar end, 3 of the 6 cell, okay, can you remember, 6 nucleus was surrounded with the cell wall and 3 are present at the microphylar end. We came to know they are known as 2 are known as synergid and 1 is egg cell. Another out of 6, another 3 are present at the Kala-Azar end, and these 3 cells are known as antipodal cells. Okay, then number 9, the large central cell. So can you see the large central cell? Okay, so this big cell is known as central cell, has 2 polar nuclei. So at the center, can you see 2 polar nuclei? Okay, thus as a result, a typical angiosperm embryo sac at maturity, though they have 8 nucleated, but they are 7 celled. Now can you see the number of nucleus? So at the Kala-Azar end, 3 nucleus. At the microphylar end, can you see 3 nucleus? And at the center, 2. That means how much? 8. Okay, so 8 nucleus is there, but 7 cell. At the Kala-Azar end, 3 cell. At the microphylar end, 3 cell. Okay, and 1 big cell. Clear? 7 cell. So this is the process of development of embryo sac. So this is a matured embryo sac in angiosperm or flowering plant. So I hope that you have understood. So while watching the video, please note down in your biology copy structure also you draw along with that points. Okay, then try to understand each and every point, that how embryo sac is developed in angiosperm or flowering plant, and this part is developed in which type of plant? Female flowering plant. Okay, clear? Okay, so my dear student, today we have learned about megasporogenesis and megagametogenesis, development of embryo sac. Okay, clear? So thank you and have a good day.